Today, we know Iran, but in the ancient world, this land was called Persia. Persia was home to one of history's greatest empires, stretching from India to Europe. But Persia isn't just a name in history, it's a key setting in the Bible's story. The Persian Empire, led by remarkable kings, changed everything for the Jewish people. We meet Cyrus the Great, Darius, and Xerxes, each playing a pivotal role in Israel's fate. Exploring Persia in the Bible is more than history, it's a story of hope and deliverance. As we journey back, we'll see how Persia's story is forever linked with the Bible. Let's begin our journey into the land of kings and prophecy. The Bible's story of Persia begins with Cyrus the Great, founder of the Persian Empire. The prophet Isaiah called Cyrus God's shepherd and God's anointed, titles usually reserved for Israel's kings. Isaiah, writing before Cyrus's birth, prophesied he would set God's people free and rebuild Jerusalem. When Cyrus conquered Babylon, Isaiah's words came true. Cyrus allowed the Jews to return and rebuild their temple. His decree ended the exile and began a new chapter for Israel. Cyrus's legacy is a testament to the unexpected ways God works in history. Cyrus's decree wasn't just permission, it was an empire-wide proclamation. The book of Ezra opens with Cyrus declaring that God appointed him to rebuild the Jerusalem temple. Cyrus didn't force the Jews to leave, he opened the door for those who wished to return. He also provided support: silver, gold, goods, livestock, and the return of sacred temple items stolen by Babylon. This restoration was deeply symbolic. Worship could resume, and spiritual life was renewed. Over 5,000 gold and silver items were returned, showing Cyrus's commitment. The journey home was long and difficult, but nearly 50,000 Jews, led by Zerubbabel and Jeshua, made the trek. They left captivity behind to rebuild their nation and faith. The Persian Empire's policy made this possible, a moment of great joy and answered prayer. Cyrus's generosity reversed Babylon's destruction. The return of the temple treasures was a powerful sign of restoration. The exile's journey was a testament to hope and resilience. Persian support enabled the rebuilding of both nation and spirit. The Bible presents Cyrus as the unlikely hero who made it all happen. The return from exile marked a new beginning for Israel. This chapter in history was shaped by the open hand of a Persian king. After Cyrus, Darius the Great became a key Persian king in the Bible. Darius was a master organizer, dividing the empire into provinces for efficient rule. In Ezra and Daniel, Darius is shown as a ruler who respects law and honors past decrees. When rebuilding the Jerusalem temple stalled due to local opposition, the Jews appealed to Darius. He ordered a search for Cyrus's original decree, which was found in the archives at Ecbatana. The decree confirmed Cyrus's support for the temple, and Darius upheld it. Darius went further, ordering local officials to fund the temple's construction and daily sacrifices. He warned against interfering, ensuring the work continued. Because of Darius's just ruling, the temple was completed. The Bible portrays Darius as a fair, powerful ruler who, like Cyrus, advanced God's plan. His respect for law and justice made him a pivotal figure in Israel's restoration. Darius's actions show how good governance can serve a higher purpose. Under Persian rule, the Jewish people found support for their spiritual renewal. Darius's reign sets the stage for one of the Bible's most famous stories, Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel, a Jewish exile, served Persian kings with wisdom and integrity. Darius planned to promote Daniel, sparking jealousy among other officials. Unable to find fault in Daniel, they targeted his faith, convincing Darius to sign a law forbidding prayer to anyone but the king. Daniel continued to pray openly to God, defying the law. His enemies reported him, and Darius, realizing he'd been tricked, was distressed but bound by the law. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, but Darius hoped for his deliverance. At dawn, Darius rushed to the den and found Daniel unharmed. God had sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths. This miracle demonstrated that faith could triumph even under strict Persian law. Darius's respect for Daniel grew, and he acknowledged the power of Daniel's God. The story highlights the tension between earthly authority and divine faithfulness. Daniel's courage inspired generations to stand firm in their beliefs. Even in exile, faith brought miraculous deliverance. The Persian king's role in this story shows the unexpected ways God works. Daniel's story is a testament to unwavering faith under pressure. The lion's den became a place of victory, not defeat. Through Daniel, the Bible shows that faith can change the course of history. Under Persian rule, faith was tested and proved unbreakable. Another Persian king, Xerxes I, known as Ahasuerus in the Bible, sets the stage for the story of Esther. After deposing Queen Vashti, Xerxes sought a new queen, and Esther, a Jewish orphan, was chosen. Esther, guided by her cousin Mordecai, kept her Jewish identity secret. The villain, Haman, plotted to destroy all Jews after Mordecai refused to bow to him. Haman tricked Xerxes into signing a decree for their annihilation. The Jews faced terror, their fate sealed by Persian law. Mordecai urged Esther to plead for her people, reminding her she might be queen for such a time as this. Risking her life, Esther approached the king, an act punishable by death. She asked the Jews to fast and pray for her. Esther's bravery exposed Haman's plot and saved her people. The day of destruction became a day of celebration. Esther's courage turned the tide for her nation. Her story is a powerful example of faith and boldness. Through Esther, the Bible shows how one person's courage can change history. The Persian court became the setting for deliverance and hope. The Jews' return under Persian rule was about more than going home. It was about rebuilding a nation and its faith. The first major project was the Jerusalem Temple, begun under Cyrus and finished under Darius. The temple's completion was a sign that God was still with his people. Yet Jerusalem's walls remained in ruins, leaving the city vulnerable. Nehemiah, a Jewish official in the Persian court, was moved to act. He asked King Artaxerxes for permission to rebuild the walls, and received royal support and resources. Nehemiah's leadership inspired the people to rebuild the walls in just 52 days, despite opposition. The restored walls brought security and renewed identity. Persian kings consistently supported the Jews' restoration. Ezra and Nehemiah's stories show a pattern. Persian rulers enabled both physical and spiritual renewal. The rebuilding completed the journey from exile to restoration. Under Persian rule, the Jewish nation found new strength. The partnership between Persia and Israel shaped a new era of hope. Persia also appears in the Bible's prophetic visions, especially in Daniel. Daniel saw a ram with two horns, symbolizing the Medo-Persian Empire becoming powerful. A goat representing Greece and Alexander the Great defeats the ram, foretelling Persia's fall. Another vision, a statue with a head of gold, Babylon, chest of silver, Persia, bronze, Greece, and iron, Rome. These visions place Persia as a key world empire, but remind us all kingdoms are temporary. The prophecies aren't negative. They show Persia's significance in God's plan. They reveal that history unfolds according to divine purpose. The rise and fall of empires like Persia are part of a larger story. Ultimately, the visions point to an eternal kingdom established by God. Persia's role is respected, but its power is not permanent. The prophetic books remind us that God's kingdom endures beyond all earthly empires. Through prophecy, the Bible places Persia in the grand sweep of history. These visions offer hope that God's plan prevails. Persia's story is part of a bigger divine narrative. The stories of Persia in the Bible are more than history. They're timeless lessons. They show God's sovereignty, working through kings like Cyrus, Darius, and Artaxerxes. God's plan isn't limited by nationality or expectation. These stories encourage us to see God's hand in unexpected places. They teach faith and courage. Daniel in the lion's den, Esther risking her life, Nehemiah rebuilding a city. Their examples inspire us to stand for what's right and trust God in hard times. Persia's policies, especially Cyrus's tolerance, enabled the Jews' survival and restoration. The Bible presents this as a model of respect and peace, still relevant today. The story of Persia is ultimately one of hope, exile turned to restoration, despair to new beginnings. The Persian kings, Jewish heroes, and prophetic visions all point to a loving God who brings renewal. These ancient tales remind us that faith, courage, and hope can change the world. Persia's legacy in the Bible is a call to trust in God's bigger story. Their message still echoes. History is in God's hands, and hope is always possible.